I really wanted to see what God would do with this place. He led me to various things throughout the years, but one of the things that he gave me was the opportunity to share my testimony with Damascus. And when I do that, Damascus is me. And you can see that he runs around aimlessly, which is exactly what I did most of my life. Without God, there's no point, there's no purpose. You can run as hard as you want. And you see Damascus runs as hard as he wants. And in fact, if there were no walls here, and no fence here, he would leave. He would run far and wide. And that's exactly what I did. I ran far, I ran wide. I did my very best to save myself. But you know what? That just doesn't work. And I've learned now that I'm a sinner in need of a Savior. And that's what I need. And without that Savior, there's nothing. So Jesus is now my Lord. I follow him, and he is my Savior. There's something God put into horses that connects with people. I think lots of times, and they're not so much rescued as they've had a career, they've just given their all for people. They've jumped as high as they can jump, they've run as fast as they can run, they've carried small children, but just like me, they're getting to the end of their days. And I don't see anywhere in the Bible where Jesus cast off his disciples because the guys couldn't walk so fast anymore. He found another way for them to work for the gospel. I've seen it so many times where people have come and I introduce them to all the horses, and then there's one particular horse. It's not always the same horse, it's their horse though. That's the one, and they know it, and the horse knows it.
Yeah, it was the horse I got put with, Jackson. When I first went in, he was scared, but then once he got to know me, he was excited when I came here.
Bo. I've just known him so long, and I picked him the first day, so he's just kind of special.
There's another very interesting part, and this is well researched. They have the ability to read predators because they're prey animal, and you being a predator, they can read where your blood pressure's at, what your intentions are, and they just know you. They have a very large intestinal system, and they can draw you into that oxytocin effect, which actually does make you feel better. And they also have a very congruent heart. So their heart beats really, not just rhythmically, but congruently. And it draws your heart into congruent rhythm, and that also makes you feel better. Most kids don't know anything about horses. The average kid doesn't. What do you do when something faces you that you're a little bit afraid of? What do you do? How do you manage that? And when they're with the horses, they can use those skills, they can practice them, they can develop their own particular way of learning. Everybody learns differently, and some kids like to get in and just touch the horse and do it and learn, and other kids need instruction. But that's their particular way, so helping them figure that out, that's particularly useful for kids.
We learned how to keep ourselves together and just be us, if that makes sense. Because if you're in a bad mood around a horse, they can tell that, right? I've been grounded for a while, so I just kind of didn't get to go to the house very often, which kind of sucked. I'm gonna miss being here.
Got a paper, so I signed up, and now I'm here. It's fun and relaxing. You meet a whole bunch of new people.
Over the years, Bill and I have seen a lot of different kinds of people, families, children, all kinds of individuals, and we've seen the value of horses connecting with people.